Hello, my name is Chandler Young, and this is my self concept. I will be going over various parts of my self concept that make me me and talking about experiences that I have had that have contributed to this, as well as a conclusion on how those experiences affected my communication. So, yeah. So we'll start off with my cultural identities. Um, my ancestry is from mainly the United Kingdom, the British Isles, specifically England and Ireland, although there is parts of me that are from Portugal as well. But the main culture that I identify with is in America and in California specifically. I was born and raised here. Um, so, yeah, and specifically, I identify as a white American. My social identities, these are things that um, are obvious that are some in groups that I have that might not be um, as broad as a geographical location. Is I'm queer and non-binary. Um, I identify very closely with that. That is one of like the core things of myself. Um, I am also a white person, and that does make up a lot of my privilege and my identity in the United States. So, although I might be a queer person, I am a white person first, because that is just the main thing that people see about me, as well as I am also a bigger person. So, that is another social identity I connect with a lot, especially in modern times. And then lastly, my personal identity. So something very specific to me. I am an artist. I am a photographer. I am a friend, most importantly, with a lot of my art friends too. It's really important for me to be a friend to people. Um, and I also love music. And I put a picture of an auto harp there, which is an American folk instrument that I really hold dear to in my heart. Next, my personal artifact. So this is a photo of myself that I took using film. I developed it. I printed it on photographic paper, and it is me holding an Oscar Schmidt auto harp. Now, an auto harp is, again, like I was saying, an American folk instrument. It was brought over from Germany and is mainly used in backing, although it can be used as a main instrument. This instrument's really important to me because there's a lot of history in my family. My grandfather and my grandmother on my mom's side played it a lot. Um, I think it's really, really part of my roots here. Um, and I also think it's really amazing to be openly queer in country folk spaces because that a lot of the time is looked down upon. So yeah, it is really important for this is my personal artifact that I just find really important about myself. So these are personal experiences that I've had in my life that have contributed to my self concept. Coming out was majorly important for me. That's a major part of my life. Middle school, you do so. This is when I also came out. So middle school, it you know took me down to build me up. So work life, really important to me. It taught me a lot about communication already. Inward outward mindset, learning about art is really important because it opens up my eyes as well as learning new languages. And specifically learning French, although I plan to learn like Spanish and other ones, hopefully. But learning about art and language has opened up my eyes to other cultures, to learn, to be able to empathize and understand better. Communication. So these are the four things I would say affect how I communicate with other people. I feel like I am very cognizant of how misogyny and homophobia and just the concept of whiteness um, affects how I speak to people and how it affects people all around. So it is really important for me to put those things at the front of my mind whenever I speak to somebody. I think it's also really interesting. Language helps me communicate better, um, because, again, it is something to communicate with another group of people, but it also opens my mind up to a whole other culture too. So these are just four things that come to mind when I think about how I communicate, and what makes me communicate better. So, in conclusion, I would say I am queer first. It's really important for me to be able to communicate with everybody, and yeah. So, thank you.